Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Tower of Doom stream. So we have a lot of things to go over with Tower of Doom and a lot of experimenting because I haven't actually gotten to use any of them actually in the rooms. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with a bunch of various different purple teams. Of course, we're allowed to use absolutely any team we want as long as it's pure purple, but the hero can be anything that we choose. Sorry for the slight delay. I have been getting a little bit busier on Mondays, and it does take like 3 to 4 hours to do that 20-minute video or however long it normally is, just because between rendering time, preparing the video, and just getting all the information and everything, and it's mainly the rendering time and upload time, which is the most annoying. And the reason the stream has been ever so slightly delayed some Mondays is just because the between everything else I have going on throughout the day, it just kind of pushes that amount of time a little bit further. And the biggest issue is if it's still uploading or anything while I'm about to stream. I can't do both simultaneously, otherwise the connection will be absolutely horrible, as you may have seen in some streams a while back when I've tried doing such. It doesn't work out. The stream is like super laggy and everything. So I do need to make sure I get those out before the stream actually starts, unfortunately. But I'm going to try get a little bit better at fitting it within my schedule so it doesn't overlap with the time. But lately it has been not going that well as far as getting that time down. But hopefully into the future it will be. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go and say hello, go over any questions, but I believe I saw a few earlier that I might have not have gotten to. Hello Juros, hello Captain, hello Haley. Hello, Zeddicus. Also, as a reminder, as well as you just asked there, do keep in mind the order of which you do the delves in, which I have right there for my guild, is not the same for every single guild. This is only for my guild, and you have to communicate with your own guild as to what yours is. Every single guild is different, so do not just copy mine, because it will not be the same for you. It's different for every single guild, so do not copy it. Because I know some people try to. You have to communicate with your own guild for it. Hello Haley, hello IceRR, hello Brian, hello William, hello TJ Timebomb, hello hello Demacia. Could you answer this in your stream? Assuming you have all legendaries but no mythics, what would you recommend for the Tower of Doom? That's an interesting one. Do you have Trickster shots? Trickster shot first slot, Mang first slot, something like that with Titan. Like Mang first slot with Titan and then putting a bunch of support troops behind it, like Herdmaster. I'm trying to think of some instant kills that work under purple that are not useless, like Skyla. Oh, Cabarrus has 40% Devour rate. Yeah, it's something likely Mang into Herdmaster into 2 other troops is likely what you would use. I guess you could go Cerberus, whatever it's called, with 2 other troops, or 1 other troop, and just try going the Devour route. First time you ever caught one of these before it started. Welcome, Wiley. Glad you could join us. Hello, Maddie. Hello, Famous. Hello, Decrill. If you already bought the new Doom weapon, does it have any good perks for leveling it up? No. Oh yeah, did I not show it in the previous video? I might not have. Let me see. But yeah, its perks are pretty bad. Actually, I don't even think I showed it in the video earlier just because they're so bad. I forgot to show them. How do I get it up? I guess just typing in Doom would bring it up, right? Yeah. Cauldron. So this is an okay weapon. Kind of mid-range. It's not like anything super strong, but also not weak. It does gain 2 magic, which is very beneficial. The biggest thing holding it back is it creates a purple gem. It has a Quasit Summon, both of which are almost make the weapon worse, and it does have an interesting thing that it drains 2 mana from purple enemies, and this is drain in that it would accumulate that mana. So if the enemy team was using 4 purples and you did this and they all had 2 mana, you would gain 8 mana back to your weapon on top of the mana it already gains, which is almost full mana back. That would be 17 mana, which is 1 short of full mana, which is kind of interesting. And then if that purple actually landed, it would actually be full mana. But yeah, it's an interesting mechanic, to say the least. As far as on this particular weapon, there's definitely better stuff that a mechanic like that could be on. But, I don't know, it's okay. It's just pretty average, for the most part. Nothing too good, nothing too bad. Or at least a mix of both, if nothing else. But yeah, that's all the perks on it. I'd still get it for collection purposes, but it's pretty underwhelming. If you're going to be... It's not something you would use a lot. And there are weapons that are technically better than it, like Yasmin's Pride, but a lot of people don't have that weapon. So it could be an okay alternative in some situations. What does the luck and... Wait, where'd that question go? I saw it earlier, but then didn't see it now. Someone was asking about the luck and something else. But there are 5 scrolls that you need to be looking for. It is Unlock, Heroism, Haste, Luck, and Power. Those are the only 5 relevant scrolls. The Unlock scroll is the one that unlocks each room. It's the one that you see for each of these numbers. It's on every single floor. You take it literally every floor unless you're using a Heroism on it. Heroism instantly kills out the boss and is generally used on 2 things, or 3 things. It's used on the later Spirit Fox battles. It's used on the later Astral Spirit battles, the Spirit Fox being the more annoying one. And it's used just in high-level battles in general, like 20+, 25+, 30+, whenever you're starting to get really deep into the Tower of Doom. Haste, you only take up to about 10 or 15. You could go a little bit further if you really want to. But Haste, basically what this does is it gives you 1 sigil back. It costs you 1 sigil to do that battle, but the whole point in doing Haste battles is that you have a chance of getting a Valraven, and even if you don't get a Valraven on it, it does move you closer to getting a Valraven. So it technically gives you like 1/5 of a Valraven, basically. It just moves you 1 step closer to getting Valraven, or could specifically give you Valraven. So that's the whole point of doing that. It technically gives you no other loot other than that, just basically a chance at a Valraven. Luck is the most useful out of all of them. This counts as 2 Doom kills and is insanely, ridiculously overpowered. If you find this, definitely report it back. You basically want to try finding as many of these as possible. It is somewhat luck-based, haha, but the more of these you find, the higher your score will be overall. And Power basically just gives you more stats. What it does specifically is under Tower of Doom, you get bonus stats, similar to many other game modes, but it's basically under this point system. And basically, a Power Scroll gives you +1 to each of these, not specifically to the stat itself, but to the thing at the bottom. So it goes 1 out of 7 to 2 out of 7, but basically, it just adds 1 to these bottom area, not to the actual number. And every single one of these requires however many it's currently at for the next one. So for example, 1 takes 1, 2 ends up requiring 2. To get this to 7, it requires 7. To get this to 8, we require 8, so on and so forth. Basically, whatever number you're trying to work towards is how many this needs. And the power just adds +1 to each of these. So that would give us an extra armor. It would give us 4 out of 8 magic. It would give us 2 out of 7 attack. And it would give us 1 out of 9 HP if we were to get another one right now. And those are all 5 of the relevant scrolls. Every other one you basically just ignore because they are not useful for anything. Other than that one that you get for each Tower of Doom, which is used for the weapon. But that's not actually randomized or anything. So you don't need to worry about that. Let's see what other things were there in chat. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Zakid. Hello, Kevin. Hello, John. Hello, Avalone. Best brown spam team with key? Does that even exist? I don't know if you can build a pure brown spam with key, because there's not too many good brown spamming troops other than Cockatrice. I've never heard anyone request that before. What would you need that for? I guess brown Tower of Doom, but I believe all platforms should have it on purple, not brown. Mang, Azurus, Keeper of Souls, and maybe Azura. Oh, you're going down the skull route. I was slightly considering that. The problem is a lot of purple skulls don't really have synergy with each other, but I didn't actually think about using Keeper of Souls Azurus. That actually would be pretty funny. Slight issue with that is backfiring, though, because Mang, hero and first slot in later delves die so easily. It's really annoying. Hello, really anything that doesn't have like skull mitigation dies too quickly in first slot. That, or if you don't have HP heal. It's why earlier I was running a bunch of teams with it, like Yasmin's Pride and stuff like that. It's really important to get that higher durability so you don't die. That, or you need to get infinite barrier spam. Hello, Daryl. Hello, Demon Angel. Hello, Mummin, and hello, Danny. Hello, everyone else. Welcome. Anyways, let's get into Tower of Doom stuff. So I believe we're on battle number 3. Yes, we are. Actually, let me go paste this into Guild so we can see a bigger form of it. Let me copy paste this because I don't think it's currently on my copy paste. And there we go. Let's post it again so we can see it in bigger text. And I already forgot already. Yes, it is 3. Let me go do that room then. And let's get going. So we haven't even set our team. Never mind. I set all the teams for the other thing, but I didn't actually set this yet. What should we run for the really early ones? I guess we'll run, I guess we'll go Rush Dawnbringer. Why not? Dawnbringer. I think we can get away with this for the first few. Dawnbringer with, probably just Queen of... Oops, that's not her name. Yeah, Queen of Aurora. Where are you, Queen? Queen, go! It keeps not giving it. Okay, Queen of Aurora, Queen of Aurora. Do we go third or do we go, what's her name? Weaver. Oh no, do we really need Weaver? We might as well just kill everything else at once with Dawnbringer. And we'll set our banner to anything that gives it plus 2, plus 1, which I believe is that one. There we go. Okay, so let's just run with quick Dawnbringer for now. Obviously, this isn't a real team. We're just running this for the really low stats because they die in like 1 shot or 2 shot or so. So I'll run with this for now. I think we can do this till about floor 3, 4, 5. It just goes a little bit quicker since we could just instant kill. Oops, I'm not using the correct hero class, am I? I'm using Thief. What color does Thief get associated to? I believe it's brown, so I should actually change my hero because we get more damage if we aren't using Thief. Probably enough. I guess we'd use Titan. Oh no, is Titan really needed? What other good hero classes fall under those colors? That has half mana start. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Let's go Titan. That one counts for blue. Titan. Change for free. Actually, what gives sword extra damage that starts with half mana? Does anything even do that? I don't think there's a single hero class that starts with half mana that gives sword extra damage. Actually, with that being said, what hero tree even has sword extra damage? There has to be at least one. Does it not exist? I'm pretty sure it exists. I completely forget which hero class it is, though. I don't think anything under Titan has it. No. Hammer, Mace. Oh, I think it's under Warlord, right? Actually, completely forget. It gives axes extra magic. I don't see sword. Does anyone remember what gives sword? I guess it doesn't matter too much. It's literally just 2 damage when whatever does have it. But let's just move forward. I completely forget which tree gives +2 attack to, or +2 magic to sword. Mainly because all those +2s, +3s, +4s are all pretty useless. They're really trivial, but it's still more damage nonetheless. Anyways, what room do we have? We have room number 5. Ooh, that's an annoying one. It has a bunch of Submerge and everything. We should be able to win before it Submerges, though. I'm not going to bother changing my team just because it has Submerge. Yep, we already won. Oh, that was easy. What's Submerge? Should be able to get away with this for a few more floors. Do I need to change anything for that? No. Have they always had a bullet on this battle? I think it actually changes some from week to week. I never even realized that. I don't recall there ever being a bullet on the brown battle. I guess it does slightly change each week. But anyways, do we need to do anything for that? No, should be fine. I've got another Vow Raven already. That was quick. And, oh, kind of. What do we need? Grab a purple, use that on like red or something. Or take a skull, that works too. Which is more useful, Ubistet or Wordbreaker? That's actually a hard decision. Depends what you need it for. Wordbreaker is better for Guild Wars and PvP, whereas Ubistet is better for Tower of Doom and Delves. So it really depends which one of those two you need more. Ubistet's also used on Divine teams, whereas Wordbreaker's used on Dragon teams. One other thing that you can use Wordbreaker for, which might be the reason why you might actually want to get it over top of instead of Ubistet, would be for what was the team? Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Wordbreaker, and Ferris Rod. It's a really good PvP soul farming method. It's about 20,000 per hour while actually doing PvP at a pretty decent rate. The only other real thing, which why Ubistet might be a little bit better, is if you're late game enough to get Pride Lance to 10 stars. Pride Lance can currently be 10 starred for 1 additional attack, whereas Wordbreaker, which comes from Divinian Fields, cannot currently be 10 starred. So you actually get a bonus stat from owning Ubistet, but that's only relevant if you're close enough to the point where you can actually get 10 stars on Pride Lance. Because 1 extra attack for everything is pretty useful. Because it works everywhere, including this game mode, as well as just literally everywhere other than Arena. Okay, we should still have enough stats for at least the next 3-4 floors to run this. You were using Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Infernus, and Astra? Wait, what's Astra? Or do you mean Asha? What if you don't have Dawnbringer, Queen of Aurora, or Weaver? Well, we're just running this for early battles. You can run literally any quick AoE. It doesn't have to be this. And if you were to run that for lower levels, I guess you could run a Herdmaster spam at the Sun and Moon, or run really anything that has a link into whatever that color is. So you find a link, let's just say red link, and then you find a good red weapon, and then you just run that hits all enemies, and then you just like run that for the first several floors. same exact strategy, just with different weapons. It's still basically the same premise. You're just running a bunch of links into a weapon of a similar color. Queen Aurora just works best because she covers all of it. She also counts as a yellow, so she gives Dawnbringer more damage. But it doesn't have to be Dawnbringer, and it doesn't have to be Queen Aurora. It's just any AoE weapon into any link that feeds into that weapon is what this team is. Oh, we still have those annoying Astral Spirits. No! I was going to pair every single blue battle then. The easiest way against that later on is using a hero class that does start with Barrier. Problem is very few viable ones actually do. I think the best one's actually Rune Priest, if I'm not mistaken, and Dragon Guard. Unfortunately, neither of those naturally start with half mana, though. Oh, what am I doing? We have enough to kill it with Dawnbringer. I didn't need to take any of those extra turns. I know, you don't have to use 3 queens. You can just replace it with mana links. I'm just doing this to get the initial battles done quickly. Alright, we gotta do battle number 4 first, because it's one of those little scroll thingies. What team would you use later in the tower? I went over those some earlier in the other video, but we will be going over them soon. Element Grim into Infernus is going to be pretty good if you happen to have that combo. Anything with Infernus works pretty good. Anything with Divine Spam, like with the Divine Ishbala, Infernus, and all that kind of stuff. You can even still use Divine Protector. Almost the whole team can still be used. Other than that, using triple... If you have literally 0 options whatsoever, triple Wall of Thorns into a... Or Wall of Tentacles, I mean. I keep calling it Wall of Thorns. Triple Wall of Tentacles into any 15 mana cost troop or weapon is pretty decent as well. And what other options are there? That's like the cheapest thing you can get away with. And basically anything that's Yasmin Pride into Death. Or even probably could get away with Yasmin Pride into Sunbird as well. Though Sunbird does get rid of all the magic or all the HP every single time it casts, but it's probably still worth it, at least for the mid-range battles. With Titan Hero, yes, pretty much always with Titan Hero. Oh, also Trickster Shot is insanely good for this event. Well, it's pretty much always good against high-level stats. Let's see, what do we need here? Battle number 5. So we'll go to this one. But yeah, we'll be messing around with more once we get past the easy battles. I just want to get quickly past these battles so we can work towards the higher ones. See, our 1 sigil earlier, while it didn't help us too much, it helped us get this tower, kind of, indirectly. Oh, that's going to be annoying. I have no way to stun that. There's no point in trying to stun it. Well, I shouldn't say I have no way of stunning it. We actually just stunned it right there. But it's so far back in the team that we technically have no way of stunning it. We're going to do this on yellow and hopefully get an extra turn. Okay, never mind, not dead. We should just take a skull. Fail. Now we got to go waste several turns until we get it. Actually, no, we don't. Just do this on blue. Hopefully it'll land. And get off of that. Hello, Bill. Welcome. What about Mang, Flame Troll, Infernus, Wolf Garrick? Yes. You can use anything with Mang into Skull Spam or Mang into... yeah, Mang into pretty much anything. I don't know about that whole rest of that team, though. Mang, definitely. I feel like he needs a controlled amount of skulls if you're going to do that, though. Like Azarus, maybe Keeper of Souls, maybe both. But probably Azarus more so just because it's really controlled and you won't give the enemy any skulls as well. But yeah, Mang into controlled skulls is probably going to be one of the cheapest other methods to use for this current delve if you don't really have anything. But yeah, Wolf Garrick isn't really too good at Tower of Doom, mainly because of higher stats. If something has like 100 HP, he can't really kill it that easily. You have to lower them down like really specifically in order for him to get it to Devour. Not only that, but Tower of Doom, yeah, the Doom itself, like Doom of Nature and whatever appears there, does have immune to Devour, so you have to basically kill that first if you're going to bother with that method. But yeah, Wolf Garrick's, unfortunately, are pretty bad mythic for the most part. Ubistet tends to be used in almost every situation instead of it. Obviously, it can't be used this week for Tower of Doom, but still, generally speaking, it's way better. Even though it's not currently usable for this. But no, I would just stick with something Mang. You could still use Mang, you just have to use it with troops that better support Mang specifically. So he's going to use that really annoying Spirit Fox. Easily the most annoying thing in all of Tower of Doom is the Spirit Fox on this battle, on the green battle. There is nothing in all of Tower of Doom more annoying than it. Because not only does it get the 7 mana drain, and there's almost like no way to get rid of it, because it has empowered and stealthy and everything, but on top of that, it eventually has enough damage that you'll just die to it in one shot, which is very annoying. The only way to really counter that would be to have 3 stealthies on your team, with the one thing that's not stealthy having barrier at start of battle, which would have to be your hero. That's the only possible way to mitigate a instant kill at some points later on in the delves, which is super, super annoying to have to work around, just for that purpose. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, we got a really active floor here. We got a haste, we got a lucky, and we got actually, no, we didn't get anything else. But 3 out of the 4 are good rooms. So, actually, which room is not the room? Okay, everything except for 5 is what we have to do. So let's just do 3, 4, 2. Yeah, everything except the 5. I don't know why I feel like I need to do it in the exact order. But might as well. Everything but the 5. Would you recommend just crafting the weapon instead of spending 500 gems in the shop? If your guild can get all the event done without it, probably. I personally did because we'll be playing it a lot on stream. So I wanted to go all the way to the end there. But yeah, it's not too expensive to actually craft it. It's 800 diamonds, 50,000 souls, 8 celestials, I believe, and something else. I feel like I'm slightly off on that, but it's actually not as expensive as I thought it was. It's pretty reasonable. But if you need more sigils anyways, you might as well just get the packs. But if you're low on gems, I guess it's fine to not go for it. Also depends if you're scouting for your guild or not. Hey, there we go. Hey, we got the haste scroll and a Valraven. Same battle. Very nice. So it was 4 and 5, right? Let me just double check. I'm always so paranoid about accidentally doing the wrong one. I like to check every single time, even if I already know it's what the correct rooms are, just in case. I have yet to ever take an incorrect room, unless I was scouting, of course. Wow, that's a lot of links. We just one-turned full mana Dawnbringer. Because we have +3 off of Queen Aurora's, +2 off of Banner, and then we get an additional 6 when it surges. Okay, we got full mana from all the Cascades, and that gives us 2 free kills of Doom, so we're already at 6 Doom kills. I know we're only on floor 5. And battle number 2, which we already knew, but I just like double checking. Can never be too safe. Let's see. What do you recommend? Oh, never mind. I already read that. Hello, William. The professor. Can you show off some Worldbreaker teams or tell us some good teams with him in the lineup? Well, the biggest team and pretty much the only team I personally run him with anymore these days is the team that I just mentioned earlier, the Mountain Pressure, Dragon Soul, Worldbreaker, and Fairish Ra. It's, to my knowledge, the best PvP team that uses Fairish Ra in it, as far as actual win rate, not soul rate, but just looking at the how quickly it can win while still doing a decent soul rate. It can win at about almost normal speed while gaining about 20,000 souls per hour approximately. Well, of course, that's not as much as late game soul farming. It's pretty good for PvP related soul farming. It's about one of the only things I would really use it for. Other than that, it gets situationally used within various color restrictions in order to have a damage source. It's sometimes used for delves, it's sometimes used for Tower of Doom, it's sometimes used for Guild Wars and stuff like that. Infernus is normally used instead, but on green days you are not allowed to use Infernus, where you might end up bringing out Worldbreaker for it, or any other color restriction that would make it so you can't use Infernus but can use Worldbreaker. In those situations, you use Worldbreaker instead of Infernus because you have no choice. Hello, Dina. Welcome. Hello, Daniel. Wolf Garrick. Yeah, Wolf Garrick, unfortunately, is a pretty underwhelming troop. I'm actually surprised they haven't bothered buffing it. They also haven't bothered adding more Wolf Garricks that would actually, or War Gears, I mean, that actually help synergize him, unfortunately. If they were to do that, he could become a lot better, but they haven't. And pretty much these days, he's just known as a much inferior version of Ubistet. Ubistet already got nerfed, yet is still better. Even after all its nerfs, it's still better, way better than a Wolf Garrett. Do we even bother with that skull? I'm leaning towards no, because if it lives longer, Valraven will be blocked. So I'm actually going to deliberately not take that skull, so we can make sure Valraven does not get his mana. I almost received that on yellow too, that would have been a fail. We got enough mana to escape, that would have not been good. And all we need... Oh no! He's going to revive. It's going to make it so Dawnbringer won't kill. Oh, never mind. He revives with like no stats. That's not an issue. Hello, Bakchan. Welcome. If you spent no gems, how many Doom events would it take to max level Doom weapon? Well, I believe, based on what some people said earlier, I don't know if the devs ever confirmed it yet, though, but I believe they are adding a new weapon each Tower of Doom, which is somewhat disappointing if that actually is the case. I really hope they do not do that, but they might. But there is rumor, though I don't know if it might be confirmed or not, but people do mention that they are adding more Doom weapons once they cycle back. So, for example, when, let's say, the red event cycles back again, we're not going to have that red crossbow thing. We're going to have some kind of completely new, different weapon. So, to answer your question... Wait, what was the question? I was, like, getting onto a tangent, but it was somewhat related. If you were to try to focus one weapon without ever doing any of the packs, I believe it would take 3 to 4 Tower of Doom events, which means it would take like 2 years. But they did say they will be adding a new way to obtain scrolls in the future. So even if they do add new weapons each time, which I still wish they wouldn't, the Doom weapons should be like barely any in the game to make them actually rare, but they aren't. But anyways, they will be adding new methods in the future to gain scrolls. How exactly that will be, we do not know. But Tower of Doom will not be the only method of obtaining scrolls into the future. As it currently stands, it's the only method. But some patch, probably this year, will be adding another method to obtain them. So do be mindful of that as well. So that whatever new method comes in for them will likely be the best way of obtaining scrolls, since they'll probably be the only way to obtain them when there's not a Tower of Doom event. Anyways, battle number 2 and then 5. The 2's for the power, 5's for the move on, the unlock scroll. I think we could use this to about floor number 10, I think. Once it requires 3 shots to kill, well, even then at 3 shots, it's probably still worth it. It's not going to kill us. Once it takes 4 shots, we could probably need to switch. It looks like we're still in 2-shot range. We're almost 2-shot range. Oh, don't you dare drain. No! Oh, he has another one, too. I'm actually going to take Queen Aurora mana here so he doesn't drain hero. Wait, you drain first slot, don't you? No, he gets the target. Why did he not hit our hero? That's weird. Oh, we can do yellow now. There's no Valraven, so we don't need to worry about it missing. So it still misses, so it's a fail. You don't have instant kill, do you? No, good. Because it would definitely get it, 100% chance, if it had it at all. Okay, this is kind of sad. I just need to take skulls at this point just to kill it because it's being so annoying. Okay, skull distracted. It didn't fall for it, but now we can just take that instead. There we go. Wow, that was an annoying trip. It's not even a good trip. Yeah, it's still annoying. Okay, I think it was 5, but let me double check. It is indeed battle number 5. On to 5 go. Well, yeah, each Tower of Doom event only rolls around every 6 months because it only occurs once. We only have 1 Tower of Doom per month, and there's 6 of them, so it's only 1 per month. Or, I mean, it's only, each individual color only runs once every 6 months, I mean. It's only 2 per year per individual color. So it takes forever for it to rotate. We haven't even had each Tower of Doom once. This is the first purple Tower of Doom, but the next 2 will still be unique. Next one will be for either yellow or green, I believe yellow, and then the other one will be for the only color we haven't covered, which I believe is green. Okay, what do we do here? Actually, we might need to change our team soon. This is starting to get to the point where it's not working as good. It's still getting the job done. As long as we don't lose. But the problem is our Dawnbringers are only damage source, so if it dies, we're kind of out of luck, aren't we? Let me just double check that that's all the rooms. Yes, it is. On to the next one. What does a power scroll do again? It adds +1 to all of your stats, or towards potentially getting your stats up. Every single additional upgrade requires... let me go on the screen before I explain it. But basically, you need to... Every single upgrade for stats goes across your entire guild for the event, and you basically need to get however many out of whatever number it shows. So if you're trying to get it to 3 stats, you need to get 3 mana to get it to that point from 2 to 3. I'll go show it. It'll make a lot more sense if I'm on the screen explaining it. Okay, we actually got the Valraven battle on a pure yellow battle, so it's blocked by everything. It makes this a lot easier. Also, I probably should finally switch into something that's actually a real team, because we might start losing Valravens if I keep losing this. We're up to 3-shot range, and that's enough time for Valraven to escape. So we're going to switch our team after this. But anyways, but how Power Scroll works, it gives +1 to all of these. Not to the stat itself, but to this number. So as you can see, this requires 8 mana because we're trying to get it to 8, and we currently have 4 out of 8. So people would need to find 4 more Power Scrolls in order for us to reach it. But it gives +1 to all of them, HP, armor, attack, and magic. So it's basically giving us 4 additional. But it's adding to that bottom number, not to the top number. So we need 10 more people to go find a Power Scroll or an Armor Scroll in order for us to actually get the armor bonus. You shouldn't really ever bother with any of the ones that give +1. You'll be getting some of them because of people who are scouting, but you should never go for any of them, not even the magic one. You should only go for the power ones because they're basically 4 within one single battle, including magic and attack. Well, all of them. But yeah, that's what a Power Scroll does. +1 to each. To the bottom number, not the top number. Anyways, let's go make a real team now. Before we do, let's go grab all of our loot. Actually, in 2 ways, let's go grab all of our loot. I haven't even taken all my legendary tasks and everything today, so let's go do that. This will be a gigantic amount of loot because I haven't bothered claiming it once yet today. So let's see. This might actually be the most I've ever shown on stream for a single thing because we probably have like 15 tasks in there as well. But let's see. So this should be all of the guild-related stuff as well as tasks as well as everything. That's a lot of drops. Hey, we got a Yagoi randomly as well. That's pretty useful. And of course we got an... Wait, what's the orb from? Oh yeah, 28 days. Today was the 20th day of the month. And they give it an orb out every single time. It's pretty nice. Too bad it's not a major orb. Oh, that's a lot of gem keys. Oh yeah, duh, because of legendary tasks. That's why. Yeah, there we go. It's everything from the week. Or the day, I should say. And of course it's only a green orb. Why would it be anything else? Anyways, that's that. Let's go and go do the same thing, but for the event itself. For the Tower of Doom. Same rewards as all the other events for the most part. Except that it has like random dooms inside of it. And it gives event keys instead of gem keys. I believe some of the other game modes give gem keys. But as far as like the major loots like vault keys and orbs, they're all the exact same location as raids and invasions. Anyways, let's grab all this. Should be 1 orb in there, yeah. And a bunch of other junk. Well, not junk, some of that's actually useful. But let's go open this. Please don't be a green or an orange. 2 greens in a row. That's so disappointing. That's like 900 souls or 1,000 souls or so. It's really underwhelming. Anyways, where are we currently? We're on floor number 7. I believe there's only 1 room here. And it's room number 3. So let's go do that one. Oh yeah, I need to change my team. Okay, let's go build a real team now. The real question is, though, what do I want? I did go and show some earlier, but I don't honestly even know what I want for this mid-range area. Because it's still too early to go into, like, a real upscaling team. But we also, like, Mang or something like that, it's still too early to do that. But it's also too low to keep using what we were just using. Does Double Weaver work? I don't think we have another true damage that synergizes properly. Because we're stuck with purple. If we were stuck with yellow, we'd probably be able to get away with it. I don't think yellow has that option. We could go into a Skull Spam-related team. A mid-range one that doesn't use Mang. Could just go into Elma Grimloop. Could actually build a Divine team, too. You know what? Let's actually go with Divine for now. We can actually go normal Divine team for the most part. I think we just have to change out 1 troop, if I'm not mistaken. We can go Divine Protector, which we can target specifically the Valraven. Oh, then again, we might create too much yellow for Valravens. We'll see. Infernus. Can't use Ubistet, though. Let's see. What other purple do we have that's Divine? What's a purple Divine that isn't useless? Has to be something. Yeah, Queen Aurora. No. Fairish Ra, we don't have Soul Gain, so it won't work. Yasmin's not the best. Suna, we do have Red Storm. Wait, never mind. You're Suna. You're true damage. Oops, I thought that was Phoenicia. Wait, do we not have Phoenicia? Oh, she doesn't use purple. I guess she's what? Yellow, red, green? I always thought she had purple in her. She actually wouldn't be that bad in the context of this team. I believe she's divine too. But apparently she doesn't use purple. I almost feel like going a second in Furnace. Yeah, this team is actually missing one other proper troop, I guess. Well, I guess we'll just go Queen Aurora. It's not that bad. We have Skull Spam as alternative. It'll be fine till about like Delve 12 or so, or Tower of Doom 12, or should be. Anyways, we got our +1s already. I guess we just throw it all in on Infernus then. Are we missing any color? Yes, we're missing brown. So, oh, we could keep our banner exactly that then, because we're still missing brown. Perfect. Okay. One other change we need. I believe we switch our hero class to... Nothing, never mind. We need it for Titan's Barrier, so we have to keep it as Titan. Even though we don't use any browns, I think we still keep it for the barrier off of brown, which, I don't know, I guess we could use it with a hero class that starts with barrier. But if I'm not mistaken, no hero class currently naturally has half mana that starts with barrier, oddly enough. Because it's all the ones that have Guardian, and all the good ones that have Guardian do not have half mana start, or at least not naturally. So, yeah, I guess we'll stick with that for now. It's fine. Oh, no, there is one. Mechanist, I believe, has it. Oh, but then it doesn't count as the... Oh, duh. We can just use, Oh, but then we don't have the 1 mana into weapon, though. Because if we use Divine Ishbala, it will not have 7 mana start. You know what? We're just gonna use Titan. It's fine. It might seem weird using, like, brown barrier start thing with it, but I don't know. It should be fine. We need those barriers regardless. Anyways, let's use this for now. It's not that many. We're using this for like 5 battles. We don't need a banner change. We don't use brown at all, other than for gaining barrier. Speaking of that, let's grab it now just in case. It's pretty sad that that mechanic is so strong that even with no browns in the team, it's still viable to go for browns just because of how strong barrier every brown is. Do we have alignment? No, we do not. So we just go through whatever the biggest threat is, which is nothing. Why is this team so bad? I guess we'll go for that. We'll go... Not this team, I mean theirs. Oh, I could have actually converted that. Whoops. Oh well, not that big a deal. I really easily off the Infernus. Yeah, Mechanist does have half mana start into barrier. It's the only hero class that has it. Let's see. Yeah, that was the only battle we needed. All the other ones are nothing. Hello, Gustavo. Welcome. Yes, you get Skeleton Key at 250 Thief wins. You get Thief hero class from Zhejian Kingdom, the one with all the goblins. Let's see. Is it possible to still get Divine Protector? Unfortunately, currently not. I believe they do offer it for $5 occasionally. It's one of those really annoying weapons that needs to be available because it's so good for a lot of things, yet they don't have it available. The alternative is using Mountain Crusher. And oddly enough, given that we don't use brown, it might actually just be better to use Mountain Crusher, now that I think about it. Because we don't have any brown on this team, so it would be nice to have, you know, 1 brown, especially since we're using Titan currently. But, yeah, you can just put Mountain Crusher there. It's not a big deal. Basically the same thing. The only reason I specifically have Divine Protector is to target Val Ravens. Well, I can go put a Mountain Crusher there. Fine, I'll go put a Mountain Crusher so everyone can use it. We'll just change it to Mountain Crusher. It basically plays out the exact same way, just slightly differently. Let's see. 3. Fight this one. Mountain Crusher. There you go. Oops. Let's see. Where does the Mountain Crusher go? We do need to change our banner now, though, to like a double yellow or something. There we go. Okay. Same difference. Oh, wait. Actually, is there a -blue banner that helps us? I think there's a -blue that has double yellow. I know most of the minus blues are bad, but I think in this context it actually helps us. Yeah, there we go. We get 1 extra green off it. It's not really that much, but it's better than just +2 yellow. There we go. There. Now everyone can make it. Well, and if you need a replacement for Queen Aurora, you could put, oh wait, what do you replace Queen Aurora with now? I guess the second Infernus if you have. If you don't have that, you could probably put the new wall there if you really had to. Don't underestimate the new wall. I still need to do a bunch of testing with it yet. But I do feel like it's a pretty decent troop. It's not like the best thing in the game, but it's definitely above average. The new wall that they just added. Oh, duh, you could put Leprechaun there. I keep forgetting. We do have access to Leprechaun for this event. You can build entire teams around it if you really have to. It's really cheap too. It's an ultra rare. Really easy. In the Trait Stone to trade, it's available this week as well. So most people have it, plus the trade is easily available. So we just got a heroism. We can immediately take out the final room if we want to, but we want to save that for later delves. No point in doing that now, because these battles are super easy. So easy, we're not even using a real team for it. Or, you know, not like a real high stat team. This only kills things that have similar stats to us. Once we start reaching like them with double stats, this team's gonna start failing. But we're not at that point yet, so we can still get away with it. Well, also, once we reach floor 10, I think we'll hand out a redeem code. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. Actually, how about after next Doom skill, we'll hand one out. Because we did start a little bit later. What do I take here? You don't have mana drain, do you? Steel. You do have mana drain, really? Okay, I'm gonna have to kill it then. Hoping I can just take mana, but he does have a small drain. Only 5 drain, but that's still more than 0. Okay, hero's frozen now. That's somewhat annoying, but also not that consequential since it's only frozen on ground. Well, technically skulls as well. But it's not going to affect us at all. There we go. How do you know which rooms to do? From people in my guild scouting. You have to communicate with your guild. And you can use any system you want, but my guild uses this system. I even have the words there, so it's a little bit easier to understand. The left number is the floor. Then it has a little bracket thing, just divide it. And the right number is the room number that you do. So for example, we are currently on floor number 8. So this is what it looks like for 8. Basically what this means right here is it's floor number 8. You should go do room number 3 first. Well, it technically doesn't matter what order you do, but normally you put the actual non-unlocked ones first, just to make sure everyone does them first, because most people just go and do the final room once they get the unlock. So we generally just place it in order of the best to the worst, essentially. That's why I put the little greater than mark, because it shows that this one's better than that one. You can use whatever marks, of course. It doesn't have to be like this. But basically what this means, at least to my guild, is it's floor 8. You do 3 first, which is a heroic. You can see right there. Heroism. This allows you to instantly kill out a boss room. Then you do floor number 4. Since it has nothing next to it, that means it's the unlock scroll, which moves on to the next one. And then after you do these, you just go and do the boss room. And then you just repeat the cycle. So for floor 9, which would be what that 9 means, we would then do 5 first, which would be a luck scroll, which gives 2 doom kills. Then we do floor number 2, room number 2, which unlocks the unlock scroll, and then you can do the boss room, and so on and so forth. But all this information I know from my guild, and don't repeat the exact same ones because it's different for each guild. And let's make sure not to accidentally use that scroll. That'd be a fail. Actually, I wonder what happens. I'm not going to test it now, but I wonder what happens if I click the A button on controller. I assume it would just click the fight button, but I'm not going to try finding out because I don't want to accidentally waste the heroism. That'd be a fail. Let's see. Oh, IceRR, what was your question? Sorry, did you mention something? Do you mind lowering sound of the game ever so slightly? It's loud compared to my voice. Is it? I don't think it is. I could lower it some, though. Let me see. Oh, wait. Did I set it higher on accident? Let's see. Adjust system volume. It should be the same as always. That or my normal volume might be a little bit lower. I don't think I adjusted that at all. I can lower it some. 1 second. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. There we go. Is that a bit better? It should be lower now. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I normally keep it pretty low. I didn't even realize it was that high this time. Should be at the same it always was, though. I don't know. Does it sound off to anyone else? All settings seem to be the same that they've always been. Hello, Daryl and Daryl's Raven. Welcome. Let's see what else I missed. Queen Aurora, you have any other ones? Divine Protector, no. Well, you can just use Mountain Crusher. Mountain Crusher is almost always a replacement for anything. It feels like. It's really good at mana generating. It's the best mana generating weapon currently in the game. It's also the quickest Spore explosion in the game, only requiring 6 mana. Well, other than Leprechaun, which does it for 0. Well, not counting Empowered, I guess. It's the quickest Spore explosion. Okay, we'll take a red to red to get his full mana. The team's starting to already get ridiculously high stats. Still manageable for this team, but starting to get up there. Oh, when he screams Mana Surge, you can't hear what I say. Well, I think I could adjust this. I believe it's specifically the sounds that is under. Because I could probably boost this music up to like right here and it probably wouldn't even matter as far as the actual volume. Wait, was that like extremely loud? It might have been. There's a reason I keep it low. But anyways, floor number 9. Oh yeah, I said I would give out a redeem code after we did that kill. Let's go and hand out a code. And keep going deeper. Yeah, we'll be streaming for a little bit longer, even though it's 9 right now. I started quite a bit late today, so we will be going for at least the next half an hour, if not longer. But anyways, I'm gonna go copy this code. Use it real quick so we know it works. The answer is yes. Paste that right in there. Copy the entire thing. And here you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Same location as always. Let's see. Let me go backtrack. Your invite code is found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code itself is right over there. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters and what I just posted. And gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. And it works for every platform except for the 2 console versions of PS4 and Xbox One. But every other platform it works for. Also, currently I have a legendary, not a legendary task. I have a daily task to go use a gem key. So let's go use a gem key for 5 gems. And we get a useless troop from it. Yay! But I need the 5 gems. That was more important than the gem key, almost, because I basically have infinite gem keys. While we can sometimes get really bad luck on specific mythics, we do essentially kind of have infinite. We definitely have infinite event keys at this point, unless we get absurdly unlucky. But, I don't know. Once we reach a few thousand gem keys of excess, I would say it's infinite. But, I don't know. There's always that one mythic that just gets super absurdly unlucky and just kills my entire gem key stack, it feels like. And hopefully this Friday will not be one of those instances. But normally it takes about 1,000, technically even 800 or so could normally get it pretty consistently. So hopefully we won't burn through all of them. And we'll have about 1,300 by the time Friday actually gets here, most likely. Somewhere around there. So we should be okay, but you never know. We've gone through over 2,000 before for a single mythic. So we'll see. But anyways, let's go and head back to Tower of Doom. What floors do we have? Next up, we have floor number 5, and it's a lucky, so it's really valuable. Let's go do that one. Did we change teams yet? I think we can still go another 2 floors or so with this, so we need to switch. Sorry, what were your last 2 questions, Tracy? Yeah, if I'm missing any of your questions, feel free to just post them again. What else can you use if you don't have Infernus? Well, you'd have to use completely different teams. This team is completely based around Infernus that I'm using at this current moment in time. The entire team's around Infernus. But, I don't know, what do you have? We'd have to know what you'd have first. You could build around Cabarrus, you could build around Triple Wall of Thorns into a 15 mana cost weapon or troop. You can build around Queen Titania, you can build around Leprechaun into Bronzelock Pistol into like 2 other supporting troops that happen to do damage. You can build around Cabarrus for the Devour. You can build possibly around a Skyla Skull Spam team, or even a controlled skull spam team like Mang into anything, like Mang, Keeper of Souls, Azarus, and then like a supporting mana troop, maybe like Leprechaun. I don't know, that's most of the options. Probably a few others. Oh yeah, you can build into... Oh, you said you didn't have Infernus. So you can build into Infernus Element Grim, which I haven't bothered actually using yet. But it has potential infinite purple loop, which is pretty relevant on a purple-related restriction. That was really close. Oh no, maybe I should go switch to something else. That Power Raven got dangerously close to escaping. Problem is we don't have single target anymore because I'm not using Divine Protector. I guess technically we have Skull Spam, but that doesn't target it if it's in like 3rd or 4th slot. Oh, sorry, what was your Arctic question? How much does it cost to level up Guild Task from level 1 to 12? Ooh, I actually forget the exact amount that requires. Let's see, I can do backwards math on it. So it requires about, let's see. It requires about 520,000 gold per person, I believe. I think that might be exact. I actually forget the exact. So it's about 520,000 per person times 30. So it requires approximately 15,000 or 15,600,000 gold to complete all tasks, approximately within about 100,000 of that, give or take. And dividing that by 6 should give us the number we need per task. So it's about 2.6 million, give or take about 100,000, is how much you need per task line. I forget the exact value off the top of my head. It's somewhere around there. But it's about 2.6 million. But yeah, that's about how much gold you need per task. And then you get that extra bonus stat from it. Yeah, it can be quite a lot for early game and mid game. Late game, it's you can get that in about 5 hours or so. You can easily farm upwards. Well, maybe not that quick. It might take more towards 10 hours. But in late game, you can farm easily over 200,000 gold per hour in PvP. Oh, before I forget, let me go do dungeons real quick. Almost forgot about those. I need to go do Delves too, but I'll be doing those off stream. Mainly focused on Tower of Doom, but I do want to get this done just in case I forget about this. Get our free diamond and shards, our useless shards and jewels. Wish they would add something else to use these on, but eventually, maybe, possibly. At the moment, there's not much for them. I'm pretty sure if they are going to use them for anything, they're probably going to use them for all the old weapons or something. Unfortunately, I already have, or maybe not unfortunately, but I already have all the old weapons. So even if they do that, that's not going to help me much. I am using Frost Mage, right? Okay, good. Because I still need to max out Frost Mage. Still need another 9 levels on it. Not in any rush, but I do want to get it done before next Guild Wars, and Guild Wars is in 2 weeks from now. Yeah, there you go. What William just said is the exact value. What is team without Mythic? Which one? The Infernus team? You'd have to build a completely different team. The team I'm currently using for Tower of Doom for the current level range is built around Infernus, so there is no replacement for it. But you can build plenty of other teams. I'm almost thinking of actually going into Trickster Shot or Mang next, once we start having to use a team that actually needs to scale upwards. Trickster Shot would be nice because we could put our hero somewhere very safe. The problem is it's going to be blocked by other purples because the rest of our team is going to be purple. The benefit of Mang is we do have quite a few skull options. The only downside of skulls, though, is once we reach later delves, skulls are going to one-shot us. So, or later Tower of Doom, I mean. Skulls are going to one-shot us, so we have to be very careful for using something like Keeper of Souls, because wherever those skulls go, could attack fire very quickly. We don't currently have Barrier, and even if we have Barrier, all it takes is a double Skull Cascade and we're dead. A team without a Mythic? Let's see. Team without a Mythic. Let me go build one with, actually, did either of my teams show it without a Mythic earlier? Oh no. Did I show no non-Mythic teams during the video earlier? I think I didn't. Whoops. Well, let me go show a non-Mythic team for it then. So, probably want to bring out Leprechaun. Probably want to bring out Hero as your tank. Let's see. Or then again, you probably want to bring out Mang because you might not have other damage sources if we're going 0 mythics. So we'll use Mang. We'll use Leprechaun. I don't know. Do we bother with Queen Titania if we're using Mang? We probably bring out Azarus and something else, even though we already have the colors covered. Bring out the Azarus and bring out... what do we still need? We need yellow. We need blue. Well, if we do that, we would need to bring out... there's only one thing that would cover it. That'd be Amnesia. A yellow, purple, blue. Oops. But that's a mythic. Oh no, there's also Skady, but Amnesia is better. But, okay. Let's see what our other option is. So we can't do that. So we need Herdmaster. Or we could go, what's under yellow, purple? Or purple, blue? It's either Herdmaster or... I guess maybe Azura. You would have Dispel on that too to get rid of Barrier. Not much really runs Barrier in this game mode. What else is there? You could maybe use War Sphinx for the shuffle, I guess. That wouldn't actually be horrible. Skyla for the instant kill, plus it's skull spam, though that might be too many skulls. Could backfire. Poison Master. Well, then never mind. Azura is better. And you can get it for free from Merlantis. But yeah, I guess you just go Herdmaster. See what other purple yellows are there? Probably just Herdmaster though, for low rarity stuff. It's only ultra rare, it's really easy to get. Plus you have Cleanse for Deathmark. And that'd just be your team then. Also they give you extra purple too if you have it upgraded. Yeah, that'd be your team, and you'd run it with a double brown because Titan. Let's see. Actually, never mind. Maybe we'll go double red because of Azarus. You'd probably still go double brown. And since you're not using blue, or actually then again, since we're not using blue, minus blue banner works for that. I believe there's a minus blue that has +1 brown into something else. Where'd it go? Not that one. It's green and purple. We don't need that. Where are all the minus blues? I know they exist. There's like 2 or 3 of them. I forget what they are off the top of my head though. There's that one and there's this other one. Oh yeah, I forgot. They were just reverse of each other. So they're not really that good then, is the bottom line. Though I guess you could get away with that because that would give you quicker Leprechaun and it would give you quicker Herdmaster. And basically this whole team would... No, actually, you know what? You probably still would go... No, you wouldn't go double brown. You actually don't need the extra browns. Because what if Hero does die? But then again, Hero's your entire team, so you are taking a lot of browns. But I don't know. That's really cheap. It's 2 ultra rares, a epic that's pretty commonly upgraded because you need it for soul farming, and Mang, which basically everyone owns, and you just run that with Titan, obviously. And that would be the team. And that would be super cheap and something you could run. I don't know how far that would really get you, though. Maybe up to about 420 or so. Maybe a little bit lower if your stats are lower. It'd be really slow, though. But if you had literally nothing, it would work. Anyways, next thing. And I can give a couple other suggestions, too, if you need. It's just, with literally 0 mythics, that's very limited for Tower of Doom. Tower of Doom and Guild Wars can be really, really, really hard without some mythics. Because they're normally needed in order to cover all colors. Even with mythics, we're not even covering all colors. Okay. Well, we'll go get our browns. Let's go get our mana. Get our skull spam for once. I keep not doing that. We need to be doing that more often just so the battles go a bit quicker. We're not at a point where skull spam is going to backfire too hard yet. Made a few more floors than it might, but currently it won't. Oh, did he really revive? Let's do this on yellow. Should land. Really? Well then. Instant karma. Oh, let's throw that down and he'll not die yet. 1 Mountain Crusher will kill off that single Doom Skull. And that's good. Is the Doom Cauldron worth getting? It's kind of average. If you don't have other HP buffing methods, it might be okay, but it's not anything too special. And the benefits that it gets from being leveled up is pretty underwhelming as well. Okay, we move. Oh, wait. Did I take both the rooms? Yeah, I did. 5 and 2. Which are the 2 that we got done? Okay, on to the next one. Okay, A button does let you use your sigil. It does not use a scroll. I accidentally just did it there. So it doesn't waste your scroll. Good. Oh no, first slot Valraven. That's like the whole reason we kind of need to switch our team to something else. First slot Valravens. Because this team... Well, actually, we do have a method to kill it. You need to go get full mana. Go. As I use Infernus to make sure it doesn't get full mana. Okay, well, as long as he doesn't take yellow, it doesn't matter. So we'll deliberately give him the skull to waste his turn. As long as whatever he's doing is not him taking yellow, we're fine. Yep, he just took yellow. Look, I'm going to take a safety skull here just to make sure he dies. Take a green and hopefully get a skull cascade. Not so. What do we do with this? We could try for an extra turn there. Oh, wait. We can just move that as well. and now he's dead. There we go. Do we have skull spam? No, we do not, so let's throw in furnace. I guess we can get away with like 1 or 2 more floors. Then Val Ravens are going to be too dangerous to keep using this team. We don't have a way to kill it quickly. Oh, and he almost has enough damage to actually kill us now. Actually, he does. Luckily, he didn't get it yet. Also, we don't have cleanse, do we? I didn't even realize that. This team has no cleanse. It kind of seems like it should. But Divine Ishbala doesn't have cleanse anymore, and for whatever reason, they didn't give cleanse to Queen Aurora. She's already pretty decent without it, but I don't know. Out of everything that should have it, I feel like Queen Aurora should have cleanse. But anyways, floor number 10, just battle number 2. That's easy enough. The weakest one of them too, so we don't even need to switch yet. I know, Valraven dead basically equals win in most battles. It doesn't guarantee win, but it's normally a pretty good sign. Killing it before it escapes. And I think we might switch... I don't know, I'm still contemplating on if we switch to Mang or into a Trickster Shot next. My concern with Trickster Shot is that our entire team's purple. And my concern with Mang is that Skull Spam will backfire. So they both have their faults. I guess we'll try Trickster Shot first. Unfortunately, it's one of those weapons a lot of people don't have. But it probably is the better option. Let's see. What do we need? I don't know. Maybe we'll try Mang first, just so we actually use something that people have. So we'll go do this one last battle, and then we'll switch over. He denies his own yellow, so I'm not too worried about a Valraven if there's one here. The other team does use a lot of yellows, but Mang will fix that. Do I need to switch anything? No, it should be fine. Yeah, we're gonna maybe hand out another code. If we stream for a while, we might. We'll probably go to about floor 12 for now. Very rare that we hand out 2, but I don't see why not. Tower of Doom streams normally do get more views anyways. Mainly because it's still a somewhat new game mode. At least the next 2 still will. This one and the next 2 are still technically new, because we've never had the color before. Let's see. We'll go for this. Other than that, we get a lot of new content this Friday. Of course, we have Tower of Doom running all week. But this Friday, we're getting the Bleed mechanic, a whole new Delve, which brings in the Bleed mechanic, and a new Mythic. The new Mythic's pretty underwhelming, though. Oddly enough, the most exciting thing coming next Friday is probably the new Legendary. That or just the Delve in general. But the new Legendary is actually going to be way more interesting than the new Mythic. Which is nice, because it's a lot more accessible than the new Mythic. Pretty much anyone with like 1,000 shards or so can get the new Legends on Friday. And that you can easily get tomorrow off the Tuesday event, if you don't already have it saved up now. And even if you don't, you can literally just get it during the event itself on Friday. It'll last all weekend from Friday till Monday reset. Yeah, the stream was started about 20 minutes later. We've gone for an hour now, though, at this point. I was mainly just waiting for the video to render, which is why I was later. And I can't have it rendering while the stream is going, or else it's gonna lag like crazy. Okay. Next room, what do we have? 11. Oh, both of these are super easy. Just do 5 and just do 4. I don't think there's anything else in here. Let me double check. Oh, why do I feel like there was one? No, it didn't come in until 12. They did have a question mark there, so I don't know exactly what that meant earlier, because I couldn't see the chat that far back. I assume it just means they didn't scout it out, but I don't know if I should wait or not on those, but let's see. Yeah, he reported magic, which is irrelevant. Reporting Valravens. Also, don't report Valravens, by the way. Valravens are completely random, so there's no point in reporting Valravens. Like, if we go do those exact same rooms, there's not going to be a Valraven there. There could be a Valraven there, but it's likely not going to be because it's completely random, so there's no point in doing that. But yeah, also don't bother reporting magics. I guess some guilds might, and I guess it could be okay. But I don't know, it doesn't seem worth going out of your way. Even powers, once you start getting super late into them, doesn't even seem too worth it. But I don't know, a single magic doesn't seem that good. But at least getting +1 to all of them still could be worth it. But anyways, yeah, don't bother with the other like 1-stat ones. But what are we at? Floor number 5. I mean, number 11, room number 5. Let's go do this one. And do we switch to skull spam now? Well, probably not, because there's a wall of bones right there with 25% skull reflect plus bone dragon. So let's go to something super safe with a frontline tank, so we don't have to deal with this. What do we want, though? Let's see. What is a good purple tank is the big question here. So we need Trickster Shot. Not you, the actual Trickster Shot. So we'll get that in there. We'll get, I actually don't know what a purple tank is off the top of my head. Because there's not that many. Bone Dragon won't work. Carnex is not really a real tank, even though it's supposed to be. Drake Rider kind of is, kind of isn't. If this used red, I actually probably would use it. A Rock Troll would tank, but we would need something good that used brown. That's useless. Nothing here counts as a boss. Glaceon. Oh, yes, Glaceon. Oh, but, I don't know if I want to add more Skull Spam, because this team isn't winning with Skull Spam. Lord Ember if we needed red. Why does so many things create red underneath this color? Nimue doesn't have any skull reduction. That's too useless to use, even though it has skull reduction. I don't know. Maybe we just use Glaceon and don't cast it, I guess? It seems kind of counterproductive, though. I'd probably sooner just use Rock Troll. But we need a good brown. I don't know. Let's just put Rock Troll there. If we're using Titan, then it makes sense. We'll use Rock Troll there. Yeah, I don't think we have a different, better tank. Glaceon technically has more mitigation, but we're not really going to need Glaceon's effect. Okay, so let's see what else we need here. Since we are using that, I guess we'll throw in a Possessed King. Just in case we need converts, because we'll probably be focusing them one out at a time, given the team that we're using. And I need a Valraven kill option. Well, I guess Trickster Shot is our Valraven kill option, but I don't have a follow-up damage. So we need a good brown that can target a single target. Does anything brown-purple have single target? Ha! Elamagrim, go! Oh yeah, we could actually run behind this if we really wanted to. Infernus Elamagrim. I don't think I want to do that, though, because it doesn't synergize that well with Trickster. Glaceon we could technically run in first slot, but we'll see. What else is there that's not useless? Scorpius doesn't have a poison, so it won't work. Yasmin's too low on damage. Wild Queen steals attack. I guess that could work technically against Skull Spam. This has instant kill chance. We could put that in second slot and try getting Devours. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Drake Rider we could literally just put in first and use it as a tank, though it doesn't really use browns that well. I guess... Oh, we could also go... Oh, you know what? Florian's actually not bad. It has mana drain, and it gives us green mana, which we need for Trickster. I think we'll roll with that in that order. And we'll set our banner to like double green to feed into Trickster. Let's see, what are we not using? We're not using yellow. What's a minus yellow that gives green? Is there a single one that gives +2 green? Probably not. Well, let's double check real quick. Let's see, +2 green, +2 green. What other colors might we want? Probably a +1 brown. Is there a minus yellow that has +1 brown while having green? I don't think so. No. That does not exist, unfortunately. And none of the options actually really seem that good with this current team. That would give us our Florian +1, but doesn't help us because that blue is useless. Similarly, that blue is useless. And there's two others, I believe. There's this one. This one kind of works, but it doesn't give us our green at all. And then there's the +2 purple, +1 red, which we don't really need. So you know what? I'm just going to go double green. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where's double green? Double green, where are you? Hello? Forest of Thorns. I guess it's under F. There it is. There we go. Okay, so let's go with that then. Titan into Quick Rock Troll, into Florian, into Trickster Shot Spam, into Random Possessed King doing stuff with all of our extra turns. We'll give this a shot and see what happens. Really weird team, but I think it'll work. Yeah, Florian's really good. Florian, Nyx, and all those troops that do similar. There's even a hero weapon that does similar to that, are all pretty decent. The hero weapon that does similar is the one off of War Priest. It does it does it to a random color and it's 14 mana cost. Well, I guess they're also 14 mana, but it does it to a random color into a select instead of a select color. But it's still pretty nice. So right here, we're gonna want to use this on the wall first, just because our skulls will start hitting it. We also randomly wait, that's not a random hunter's mark. I think that placed it off the weapon. Yeah, it does. Places hunter's mark on first enemy. Oh, that's actually somewhat convenient because then we can do that, and we don't take any damage because he is stunned on skull, which does trigger before his thing. Fortunately, we don't have entangle, so he gets a bunch of damage there. Do I hit a skull here? It's not enough for him to kill us, so I guess we do. Is there any way to drop it? No, there is not. We could also double brown. Barely any brown. We'll do that. We also still can't drop it, so I guess we'll just double brown now. Could take a skull as well, but it's not as needed. We'll get our turn. I could drain something if I need, but doesn't look worth it. Like that. He can't grab any skulls yet. Can we? Well, I guess we could take a brown. I almost feel like hero needs to be a little bit further upwards. Like in second slot or something. Maybe even first, but I don't want it dying too quickly. It's our only damage source, which is also why I have it back so far. Guess we just take, I don't know what I want here. Guess we'll take a purple for now. He died. That purple is kind of useless then. But we'll get that to full mana. And just keep Trickster Shotting. The whole point of this team is basically just spam Trickster Shot until we win, essentially. So do we bother poking for his first slot currently? He has really low armor just because that's how it is. He has the lowest armor in the entire game if that's 0. Well, his base value is 0. Obviously he has more because of the amount of stats he gets from being so deep into the leveling, in the Delve, so the Tower of Doom. But his base value is actually 0, which is why it's so low. Oh no, don't kill it, don't kill it, don't kill it. Trickster Shot, what are you doing? I might actually need to do something other than Possess the King there. It doesn't seem to be helping too much. It is giving us those explosions and stuff, but I don't know, since we're not using our colors, we don't need the explosions as much. But I don't know. Maybe we just use last slot Trickster Shot and just use a bunch of tanks in front of it that feed it mana and just keep Trickster Shotting over and over again. Let's see what else we need here. Oh wait, this was floor 5, right? Yeah, so we already did the room. Let's go on to the next one. What do we need? So let's get rid of Possessed King, and instead I'm thinking of Queen Aurora because we keep dying. Technically that doesn't go in front of it though, but yeah, I think we just go Queen Aurora, the other version of Possessed King. There we go. That also makes it so our we have all of the +1s we need. We have our +1 for Florian. This just gets a lot of mana. Actually, at this point, do we still keep it at double green? Yeah, I guess so. Why not? And the only change we really need now is a -blue banner, which has some pretty good yellow options, I believe. Should have a +2, actually. Yes, we do. So we'll go with that, and boom, there we go. Okay, so that fixes these things a little bit. So Rock Troll, Florian, Trickster Shot, and Queen Aurora. Let's see how this works out. It should work a little bit better. Still has that slow start, but other than that, it should be fine. Don't think we need to change anything. Double check one last time this is the right room. Let's see, what floor are we on? Number 11. We only had room number 5, correct? Yes. Okay, let's move on. Oh yeah, no worries. I'll send everyone over to Syrup stream after this. This will probably be the last Doom we actually do for now then, since she has started. I don't like going too much into their stream. But yeah, if anyone still has any other last minute questions, let me know, or if I missed any. How many minutes in the Guild of War game in this session? 1 hour and 13 minutes and 14 minutes. 1 hour, 14 minutes. How long the stream has gone so far. I think you can also tell because I should still have the thing that goes backwards in time for the stream. Yeah, we'll for a Trickster Shot there. That gives us our Hunter's Mark that we need. Go double the browns. What else? What else? Grab this onto purple would be pretty decent. but also just feeding it directly into green. Though unfortunately, neither of those look too good of an option because they're both going to miss. But feeding him Sunbird actually makes that weaker, so I actually don't care if we miss with purple, because Sunbird casting would actually be beneficial to us, because it's going to get weaker, not stronger. So we kind of want that happening. I'm not even going to bother trickster shotting it because it's just going to kill itself out anyways. So we'll do that. Both those can die and basically one skull hit now. That'll be nice if we get to that point. Take another green. Bring that onto final slot. Somehow that still doesn't have full. We can go drain that. Unfortunately, I don't need the mana at the moment. We could actually kill it with a trickster too. You know what? Let's do that. A little bit of overkill, but fine. That we get to kill a skull. Free as well. That we'll just ignore for now. Trickster shot the Doom. And it's pretty much match. This thing is not going to like instantly die out, but it loses a lot of stats after casting. I'm deliberately not going to drain it, even though we have the option, just because. Nor am I going to skull it, because if it would just cast right here, it goes down from that to that. That's still not really an exploit, but kind of an oversight on their part that you can use to their advantage. But yeah, any battle that has Sunbird, it is so easy in this game mode because it does that every time. So it's super easy to kill, like we just did there. Don't even, basically just ignore it until it casts, and then kill it after it casts. Unless you want to use it for, like, if you're using Yasmin's Pride, you'd probably want to throw it on it, just so you can utilize it for its HP. But if you're using, like, almost any other weapon or any other team, you generally want to wait until it casts, and then you kill it out that way. Because it takes away almost all of its stats after it Sunbirds. It basically just has base stats of an ultra rare. It loses all the stats that it has from the Delve room or the Tower of Doom room, so it goes down to almost nothing, regardless of what floor you're on. They're probably going to fix that in the future, but at the current moment in time, it's pretty good to utilize that just because of how much weaker it gets. Any good high iron King Iron Gut teams? Yes. Oh, I forget what it is off the top of my head, though. I believe I still have it saved. But basically, anything that uses into Mountain Crusher tends to be pretty good. Really, any brown spam with it. Like Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, him, and like one other troop. Sometimes it's used with Stargazer because of... Oh, I don't have one saved. Fail. Oh, yes, I do. Devour King. There it is. Well, here's a version of it. Mountain Crusher, High King Iron Gut, Rock Troll for the doubling of the brown, and Goblin King just because it just fits there with green. You can also use it for board control. But basically the premise here is Mountain Crusher, this gets Brown Storm, you then double all the browns, that's easily full mana, and it just keeps spamming this. This is a version of this team that does not specifically use Stargazer. You could just replace Goblin King with Stargazer if you really wanted to. Whole reason for not having Stargazer here is between Mountain Crusher and doubling the brown with Rock Troll, you're going to have so many extra turns that you're going to get him to 100% Devour rate. Pretty much within 1 or 2 Devours. So you're getting so much loop on him that you don't really need the Stargazer, but Stargazer's a pretty popular pick to use with him. Oh, also use with Titan. I just have it defaulted to Rune Priest because that's what it was before the patch came. But you would want to use Titan with this because that gives Rock Troll half mana start. So he starts with 6 instead of 12. But this is probably one of my favorite teams to use with it. Or use Stargazer there if you don't have Goblin King, or if you prefer it with Stargazer. If you have a really low attack value, it's probably worth it. But if you have like every attack buff in the game, you probably don't need Stargazer for it. But that's my personal favorite team with him. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for now. Check out Starlight's link. That's the link to Salty, or not Salty, to Syrup's stream. She's going to be streaming, I believe, either the new Mythic or the Bleed mechanic that's coming in this Friday with the Tower of Doom. Technically, Bleed exists now. But we're getting the first instance of 100% chance to bleed starting this Friday, as well as a really good legend that places it every red you take. So yeah, starting this Friday, we're going to actually finally have bleed as a viable mechanic. We still have Cursed and Blessed, which technically exist but don't exist, and those will be coming in the next few months as well. But we're getting bleed this Friday, so that should be a lot of fun. And as long as you have a few thousand shards saved up, you'll easily be able to get a few copies of Legend and start getting them towards max. I think someone said it takes about 7,000 shards to fully max them, but you don't need them fully maxed. It would help, but it's they all bleed at the same rate regardless of their ascension. Alternative for Aurora? Well, alternative for Aurora is normally the Possessed King, but it's not cheaper. It's the same rarity. As far as cheaper alternatives, Leprechaun's probably your closest bet. It's an ultra rare that has Empower that gives you a bunch of mana immediately. That's your closest alternative to a Queen Aurora in most instances, if you're using her from a mana perspective. It doesn't give barrier or HP or anything, but it can give similar amounts of mana, if not even more mana, than that of a Queen Aurora, oddly enough. It also starts up a lot quicker than Queen Aurora. Queen Aurora, you mainly use her for her +1 all manas, though, not necessarily for her ability. But Leprechaun, you, of course, use solely for its empowered ability. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. We'll be back tomorrow to do basically the same thing we did, just going more in-depth into Tower of Doom, as well as some later teams to use, since we'll probably be switching the team I'm using right now, possibly, into something that's more viable, since I know a lot of people don't have Trickster Shot. But we'll probably come up with something with Mang and maybe something else. But yeah, we'll be doing Tower of Doom more tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. And yeah, go check out Syrup's stream. She should be streaming the new bleed mechanic, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The 4 new troops that are coming in the next delve this Friday. And of course, we'll be going over that this Friday when they actually get released in the actual game. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, and we'll be back with more stuff soon. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.